Good morning, everybody. This is Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and this is our call to get started. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to try something a little bit new here. I was just on the phone with a gentleman, and we just started up his account, and it's Keith. And I'm going to see if I can I'm going to make him a panelist. Are you sure? Yes. So we were just signing Keith up and we were going through the walkthrough. And Keith, if you could unmute yourself and say hi, we'll see if you can share your screen. So everybody, before we kind
I'm just going to text.
Keith, we can hear you. Keith, we can hear you now. Hold on a second there, Keith, before we get it, so I can give a little bit of an intro. Everybody, thanks. So let me just give you a little bit of a high level of what Listings to Leads is before we go down to Keith's story here. We're a real estate advertising platform. We've been here for 14 years. We are really designed to help agents advertise. We're here to help them with social media. We're definitely here to help you with content and also to get more listings. So we have a lot of ways of getting buyer leads and we have ways of getting seller leads. And our stuff is really affordable, really effective. You can see here, you can start a 14-day free trial if you haven't done that. And there's a lot to it, right? So before we get into the whole platform, I want to give you a few resources to show you what's up, right? What you can do here. So let's go through it. First, we have an online mastermind group. Okay. It's on Facebook. It's a private group. So if you're not a client, you can't find it. If you're not in it, you can't even see it on Facebook. If you go look for it, it's not visible. So use the support tab inside your account to get invited to this. We're going to come back to this in just a minute, but let's see here. Let's see. What is this person asking? Okay. Lead gen webinars. We are on a live webinar right now. And you can sign up for our other classes. This is Get Started. We have Facebook and Google ads and top tools for more listings. I rotate through those every week. And you definitely want to get on those. But if your schedule doesn't work for this call, I always do it at 11 a.m., either on Monday or on Thursday, then I record them, just like this call is being recorded. And it's on this channel, which is our YouTube channel. And I really want to stress that you all check this out. So Scott does a lot of kind of to the point short videos, short form video scripts. So it's 11-minute video on short form videos, how and why you should use them, right? He's got other kind of topics here, how to use PDFs marketing over here. But my classes are top tools for more listings right here, and Facebook and Google ads. And I will point out that Facebook and Google ads, I always split that up on how do you get buyers and how do you get sellers. We're going to look at a little bit of all that today, but we've got 1 hour here and part of it's going to be on setup and the rest is going to go into those things. However, you're going to want to know how to get more listings. I think everybody knows, like coming July 1, you want to have your listing game down. And I do every 2 weeks, how to get listings, right? Top tools for more listings. I recommend that you watch, and I'm going to say this and you're just going to die, but I recommend you watch 2 or 3 of those calls because I don't actually say the exact same thing every week. I have a different focus. So 80% will be maybe repetitive, but you want to understand all the ways of really getting listings from this, because if our clients who use our tools, they grow their business, right? And that's what you want to do. And I think a lot of agents sign up, they turn on a few things and that's cool. And they forget and they walk away. Now, Keith, hang tight there. I'm about to pull you on but let's go to one more place. Let's go back to the mastermind group. And before we dive into all the how-to, I want to show you something that came in just a couple days ago. And it was this is in our mastermind group. And let's see, where's Brian? Right here. Yeah. So here, Brian put something in the group. Brian, I actually set up with an office account. He's got a large brokerage. And so I speak to Brian a fair amount, and he goes through a lot of work to get adoption for his agents. Because you guys might be single agents that found us and you heard about us and you're like, oh, I've heard it's great. It's a different thing when an office signs up and says, hey, I found a great program. Why don't you agents adopt it? And they don't. And Brian's gone through a ton of work to figure out how to make this happen. And he's got a video here. This video is 2 minutes long. And before we dive into the system, I think everybody will benefit from seeing this. Okay. So this guy, Brian, has an LPT office in Texas. Let's hear him.
Yeah, everybody, it's Brian. Wanted to share with you guys a little success story. So this morning, I met with Thomas's entire team, talking about listings and how we're going to go approach listings and we gain listings. So most of you are using the Listings to Leads platform. One of the things that you can do in Listings to Leads is market a property that is either under contract or just sold. So last week we closed 47 Trellis Court, popular property with us. We generated 114 leads on this property and probably closed 3 or 4 transactions because of it. What I want to share with you though is that after that meeting this morning, I ran a just sold ad marketing the fact that we had just sold this property. And within about 30 minutes, I got my first lead. And the lead went into my database and they got a text message that just hey, thanks for inquiring about the home recovery.
Hey, everybody. Can you hear what Brian is saying? I've got a message from Courtney that she cannot hear what's going on. If you could put in the questions panel that you can hear, if you can give me a thumbs up, I'll know that you can hear Brian talking. Because if you can't, I'll give you, okay, I got a thumbs up. So Courtney, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. And I'm gonna just let him keep talking there.
What I should be thinking about it. That led to an additional text conversation and up to 4 o'clock. Appointment to call the gentleman, and 4 o'clock, I called the guy and set up a $400,000 listing appointment along probably a $450,000 card. Full work. I encourage everyone to get out there and utilize different things. You have to have your own listings to market these leads. And just wanted to share that. Just $4 today. I got $850,000 involved. Implement it. Be proactive. Go get you some listings. Okay, Sam.
I hope everybody could hear that. And I'm going to kind of dissect it a little bit for us so that we understand what the heck Brian was just saying there, in case you didn't hear it. And hopefully you can hear me. And let me know if you can't. But I think people were chatting and saying, yeah, you can hear me. So what Brian did, what he's saying in that message is he ran an ad, and I'm going to just dive in real quick. And Keith, bear with me just 2 minutes, because that video is, let's just say it's an anomaly. That's not what happens with every client. Okay. They don't run an ad and get one listing and one seller in one day. That just, okay. Everybody can hear. Thank you guys. But that's great. And it actually can happen. And we have a lot of stories. If you look at our testimonials page on YouTube, you'll hear clients say, hey, I ran one ad and I have 3 active buyers and 1 listing, right? From one $35 ad. So let me just dive over real quick and show you what this guy said in the call. He said, and there's a number of things. He said, you don't need your own listings. You can borrow a listing and run an ad and get buyer leads. So the first thing he said is, here's a home in Conroe, Texas, and I ran an ad on it as sold. But also what he's saying is he had 114 buyer leads. So let's talk about that. I think he ran multiple ads. And just so you know, and we're going to get into how we set everything up, but that's an important thing. And you can see right away that if you have a listing, and this listing could be borrowed or it could be your listing, if it is for sale, he clicked this button to create an ad on Facebook. This is what you should know. It's a $35 ad. It runs for 7 days. That's our default setting. Now, Brian probably knew it was a nice home, and he probably ran multiple ads. And here's why I know that. He said he has 114 buyer leads. If he was paying for ads, leads cost about $3 each. So if they cost $300 each and he has 114, he probably spent something like $350 over a couple of weeks on multiple homes, on multiple ads, right? But this is also what he said in the call, in case you didn't hear it. He said, I closed 3 or 4 transactions. That means he got 3 or 4 buyers from that group to buy maybe other homes for that particular home. So that's at the beginning of the call. That's what he says. And then he says, because the reason I'm showing this video is I ran one seller ad. I ran one sold ad, right? So if the property was sold and you adjusted sold and you run an ad on it, let's do it here. And how did he do that? Now, in the video that he just said, he said, and I'm going to run a Facebook ad here. The home is sold. So the language is changed. It's changed to offer a free home value. And whenever you run a late stage ad like pending or under contract or sold, you click that button. It's going to showcase your business page. It's a $50 ad. What he is saying, I don't know if you heard him say, he says, I only spent $4 on this ad. That's because he just started the ad. He got one lead. His CRM started texting him. Then he started texting him. And by the end of the day, he closed an appointment, which resulted in one listing and one selling, or one listing for him. And the guy wants to also buy another home for $450,000. So he's got $850,000 of volume from a potentially $50 ad. However, it was really only one lead that made out, which is awesome, right? That's awesome. That doesn't happen every day. These kinds of things can happen. What I can tell you is you can get good leads from Facebook ads, and texting is actually a great way to engage your leads. So Keith, that's the end of that story. We're going to get into the nuts and bolts. Keith, can you hear me? You're unmuted here.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can make you a presenter. I am. You're going to get a thing here. So guys, this is Keith Ortiz. I've been speaking with him. He's from Southern California. We just got off the phone 5 minutes before this call started. And see, Keith, if you can share your screen. Maybe something's popping up. He's a new agent, and this call is get started. And so we just got on the phone just a bit ago, and we were signing him up. And then we were right at the beginning. I was like, hey, you can share your screen. Let me know, Keith, if you can do that.
Not quite yet.
Okay. There, look in the GoToMeeting chat panel. There's a share button. It's next. For me, it's next to the camera button.
But it's crossed out because it says I need to be made a presenter, and a pop-up came up. But the share button is not lit up like I can hit it. It only says cancel.
I'm going to make you a organizer. Okay. See if you can do it now.
Okay, so it only wants to share one tab. So we want to get started with listings of leads, level up.
Yeah. You want to share no, not this thing. You want to share the actual account. Remember how you were logged in and we were looking at it?
Right. Yeah, get started with listings to leads, right?
I think so. Let's see what you're doing. Nope, not there.
No, that's not the one.
No, it's actually when we were logged in and it should say listings to leads.
You know what
Sorry,
it is?
guys.
I lost the screen, so let me pull it back up one more time.
Okay. Pull up listings to leads and hit my account.
Now let me go back.
And I am going to find his account while we're waiting.
All right.
And everybody, okay, it looks like we're seeing it. Okay. Is everybody seeing Keith's account? Can you give me a yes or no there? Yes. Kim's saying yes. Okay, cool. Thanks, everybody. Sorry for this. I'm going to expand this a little bit. All right. Do me a favor, Keith. Go down to the bottom left. In the blue panel, that's the navigation bar. Click on profile. And everybody, so Keith is brand new to us. He got his picture in there. Close that box, close that walkthrough box. And click on auto posting. It's right underneath the purple tab there. Yep. Now, Keith has already connected Facebook. And of course, he didn't have his passcode, so we got stuck here. But there's that blue button that says connect to social media. And I want to, before you click on anything else, Keith, scroll down this page. And you can connect to Instagram, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, and Google Business. And I asked Keith if he didn't have Google Business. He said no. I really recommend that everybody gets a business page on Google. Because you're going to want that for running ads, and I'll tell you why later. Courtney is asking, is this being recorded? And yes, this is being recorded. And as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be on our YouTube channel. So in the white column there on the left, click on listings And everybody, just so you know, this is going to turn on automated. When you connect to your social media, what's going to happen here is this is going to auto post your listings to your social media accounts. In Keith's case, on Facebook. Click underneath that. It says free home values. And this one, scroll up on the right so we can see this page. Let's go. Yeah. So that's on an automated free home value landing page is going to be auto posted to his Facebook once a month. And we won't go through the rest, but you can do a down payer assistance landing page. You can do new construction. We won't go through all that. I would, if you'd appreciate, Keith, if you click on CRM integration over there on the right, on the top, on the right, underneath the purple bar, right in the middle. So there are APIs for the top CRM companies. If your CRM is not here, and we're right now on other CRMs, you might have a unique email address. It's usually something weird. It's not from your company, and you paste it in where it says lead forwarding email. Sometimes they call it an email parsing email. And so Follow Up Boss, which is actually, we have an API for them. They have a weird, like it would say like Keith 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and some letters at followupboss.com. And if you paste that in that lead forwarding email and save it, that's telling listings to leads. Anytime we get a lead, send it to that email address, and Follow Up Boss is going to drop it into CRM automatically, right? But actually, Keith doesn't have a CRM right now. So I want him to click on follow-ups on the left in the blue navigation bar, at the far left. Yep, follow-ups. And scroll down and turn on, just click the button that says off for buyer lead follow-up and seller lead follow-up. And I'll tell all of you this, just close that. You don't need to read the settings, and close it. We don't need to read the setting. This is going to turn on follow-ups, drip campaigns. Okay. Now, and if you don't mind, just click on buyer lead follow-up, the words there. You don't have to do this. Close this box. This is telling you, take a quick tour. This is the drip campaign. And it says after day 1, working from home. If you scroll down, you can read these. And what's interesting about our drip campaigns is we integrate our tools. We integrate our PDF guides. We integrate our landing pages, and they're coming out. And what you should do is you should be texting those leads as soon as you and say, hey, can I help you? I saw you were looking at this. I know agents have heard the term speed the lead, and you should pick up the phone and call them. That term speed the lead was created many years ago, before cell phones and before phones saying I'm getting spam callers or people are calling me from numbers I don't know. If you heard that call with Brian, who converted one lead, he started from text. You text them until they're comfortable talking to you. Text them the normal questions you would ask on a phone call. And that's what he did. Actually, his CRM texted first, and then he picked it up from there. So let's go back to the navigation bar on the left in the blue and scroll down. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. We're cool. We are good. Scroll up to social content right underneath PDF guides. So social content it's free social media content. It's great. It's colorful. Close that box. Yeah, we don't need to go through this little thing here. Oh, actually we do. We did need to go. But anyway, click on settings. And I forgot, I instinctually closed those boxes. What it's asking you is connect to socials. So click that green button that says connect to socials and connect to Facebook. And just do this one more time. You've already done this, Keith. We're going to do this 3 times. Continue as Keith. And let's see what it asks. He already connected his business page. So you can see his business pages are showing there. Go ahead and click next at the bottom. And here, pick a couple of home design topics, like click. And this is going to put content on Keith's social media account, I think you just click the box. Just click the box itself, not the circle. I know it's just bad design. Just choose a couple and then go down the section to the next section. Next. Yeah. We're gonna, that's how often. Okay. Click done. So this is saying every other day, right? And click done. And this should close us out. And yeah, now perfect. You're done. Close perfect or close this. And let's go back to this because there's something very important that we missed. And it's because I'm moving along and Keith is doing this and trying to follow along. Click on topics one more time under the green button there, Keith. This is a little bit easier to see. So scroll down and you see right there, it says PDF guides. We're going to be auto posting PDF guides to Keith's social media accounts. We have 80 of these. We're going to look at them in a few minutes. And there's going to be a landing page behind each one. Notice, Keith, in holidays, there's Canadian and international and random. I would click those boxes and get rid of them unless you're doing business in Canada. There you go. And then scroll down. And there are other ones you can come back here later. If you keep going, there's quotes, and this is fluffy stuff that some of us like. I like outdoor living stuff, gardening. I actually work in my garden all the time. So if you want that kind of stuff out there, if you click on the eyeball, I'm not recommending you do this right now, Keith, you will see that there are multiple articles written underneath each of these topics. And go ahead and keep scrolling down. I think at the bottom, it says fun. It's like memes. So if you like humorous stuff, you can choose that kind of stuff. And there's even like crafty things. Go to the top or go to the bottom. We want to save those changes that you're making. And yeah, you see all those memes? Hold on. Oh yeah. Save it. Click cancel there. Turn off some of those memes. Cause the one thing is like, sometimes our clients get overwhelmed by how much posting we're doing. There's RE facts, like maybe leave 1 or 2 of those active. There you go. And now save it. Right. And the nice thing about this, save and reshuffle. Yes. The nice thing about this is all conversational style stuff. Okay. And click on link in bio next to topics there, Keith. And I'm going to show you something now. Click on view link. Your mouse is over it right now. It says view. Yeah. This is for those of you that are using Instagram and TikTok. Okay. You can see a picture of it right now. And actually just scroll down the way that your viewer is showing us. It's not showing it. Scroll down on the right where it says preview. You're on a different page. So come back to where you clicked on social content, Keith. And let me know if you can get back there, Keith. Yeah. So on the right where it says preview, just scroll down. You see your picture over there? Yeah. This thing on the right, if you keep scrolling down, it has all your listings. It has your reviews. It has PDF guides. He doesn't have any listings in, so it's showing the White House. There's so much lead capture. This is great. Okay. Thank you, Keith. On the left, Keith, click on ads, 2 tabs above social content. And guys, we're still doing setup here. All right. And click connect to Facebook ad account right there. The blue button where it says connect. And this is the last time that we'll need to do this. So do the same thing, Keith, connect. And it's going to tell you we're connected. In the very beginning on the profile, we turned on social media auto posting. Click activate retargeting. And for any of you that when you see that green button, click that and activate. I'll tell you what that is in a moment. So that'll be ready in a little while. But at this point, Keith can start running Facebook ads. He can run ads on listings, he can run ads on the PDF guides, and he can run ads on any landing pages that he creates. So Keith, can you stop sharing and maybe I'll start sharing again? See if I can do that. Let's see if I can. And thank you, Keith, for doing that. I'm going to make me the presenter. Yes. Guys, can you see my screen? To let me know or give me a thumbs up. Can you see the Facebook or no, our homepage? I'm not hearing anything. No, Keith, nobody seeing my homepage? all right. So let me figure that out. Give me a second. Oh, I see. Hold on. And thanks everybody. And thank you, Keith, for going through that. I know it's a little bit wonky. You should be able to see my screen now, I think. Let me know. I appreciate the thumbs down. Okay, now you can see it. All right. So Keith went through the basic setup. Okay. So Keith, now that you've done that, you can run ads. So basically everything is set up for you. So let's talk about what Keith should do since he is a new to our platform and he doesn't have his own listings right now. If you have your own listings, we're going to auto sweep them in 1 to 2 hours. Okay. And that's why you want to go to the profile. Let me go here. We didn't do this because Keith and I did this earlier. You want to go to the profile. And when you sign up, it's going to ask for your picture, right? So you put your picture in there. That's Scott's picture. Then it's going to ask for your logo and you put your logo and you see these colors over here. Oh, you just sold. So awesome, Keith. You just sold a property. We'll talk about that in just a minute. These colors, you see this color here that's gold, it's matching that. So you want to match, if you've got different branding, change that color. You can see the blue went from, gold to blue. And if it's a little darker, there you go. You do this thing, right? Until you get to the colors that match your branding. You want to do this all in the beginning because if we're auto sweeping your listings, they go out and they got your branding, right? And there's a message here and it says, theme changed. It will be updated in the marketing in just minutes. What does that mean? Let's go look at it over here. And remember I mentioned PDF guides when we did that social media, the social content area on Keith's account. There's a message here. It says, hey, we're updating your colors right now for all your PDF guides. So your picture, your logo, and your colors are going to flow through 80 different PDF guides, 40 for buyers and 40 for sellers. When we come here, you can see that there are multiple ways to market. You can run an ad on Facebook. Keith connected his Facebook. So he could run an ad right now on any of these PDF guides. There's an upcharge to use our Google ad software. It's $30. I'm going to tell you why you need to do it. Social media post is a free social media post. So you just click and share it. But you might remember that on the social content, I already showed you that Keith has automated posting. So his logo, his colors, his picture are going to be on every page of one of these things. And we're going to be posting on his social on Facebook throughout the year. He doesn't need to even do this, right? Now, if you have a CRM, that's when you see eFlyer for the database. You can copy and paste this code, blast it out on your leads in your CRM to get to reactivate them, right? There's even a cold calling script. If you want to call people and say, hey, I'm going to send you this PDF guide, that kind of thing. Print flyers, door hangers, and landing pages. All of these solutions capture leads, okay? And now you've got 80 PDF guides branded to you on every page. They're all about 5 or 6 pages long. And I'll tell you this, when you start getting into capturing listing leads, you will notice that you remember the call at the beginning and Brian said, I have 114 buyer leads, but I only have one listing lead. And obviously the one listing lead was awesome. But what I want to tell you is it's much easier to get buyer leads than listing leads. And you know that from just the industry, right? So it's just much easier. Let's see here. I got a question. Doesn't look like. So when you're getting listing leads, you might just end up with an address depending on what you're doing. Or maybe you have an address, a phone number, and an email. I highly recommend that when you get listing leads, you download these, you physically print them in your office, you paperclip your business card, you put them in an envelope, and you door knock or you leave them behind every week on listing leads. Because converting leads is not typically done with one phone call. I know a lot of realtors think that's what's going down, but that's not what's going down. So PDF guides can be very helpful. All right. Now let's talk about what Keith was saying, which is he sold something recently. And that's great because sold advertising can get you more listings. So Keith, if you're watching, please pay attention to this one. And for all of you, if you sold anything in the past 2 months, come to your listings page, click manual. You're going to manually add a listing because we can't pull it from the internet when it's sold, right? There's just a few data points here, right? Put some description and then save and add photos. And instead of just listed, change it to just sold and you're the listing agent, right? It's that simple. When you do that, it's going to drop it on this list and there'll be all kinds of things. We're going to dive into that in a minute. But also what I would recommend to Keith is talk to a friend or a colleague or an agent in the office and see if you can borrow a listing and just say, hey, can I use your listing to go out and advertise and get you some buyers? The answer is usually yes. Once you do that, if they say yes, go here and type in the zip code and the MLS ID and just grab it. And that's going to pull it in and create all of these tools. Now, I'm going to click on a sold property because Keith said he has a sold property, so we'll walk through that. But when the home is just listed or coming soon or open house, all these tools are still available. They just have different language. Early stage listings capture buyer leads. Our call to actions are to get buyer leads. Later stage listings are designed to get seller leads. Can I get You need to, Delia and Courtney, let me remind you, this call is being recorded and it's going to be right here on this page. So let me send this to everybody right now. And guys, I'm sending you a link to this channel. I highly recommend that this should be blinking in GoToMeeting chat panel. I recommend that you open it and you save it and you just keep coming back here, right? Delia, let me know if you got that. And Courtney, you too, you're asking the same question. Once the listing is in here, and that now you can start doing something. First thing you want to do is client right on the top, Facebook and Instagram ads, right? Now, remember, we started the call with that 2-minute video and Brian said, yeah, I ran one ad. He said, I only spent $4. And that's because he got one lead for $4. When you run an ad for $50, that's your maximum budget. Okay. So what he's telling us in that video is that he got a seller lead with name, email, and phone number for $4. That was probably one lead. So if they're charging him $1 or $4 per lead, he can probably expect 12 leads. 12 times 4, 48. And that's how the math works. And we don't set the price per lead in listings to leads. Facebook sets the price per lead, and it usually has to do with how much competition you have. So we're about to sign up a new office in Manhattan and Brooklyn, and I guarantee you they got a ton of competition. We have clients in small towns in Utah and Idaho, and they don't have a lot of competition, and those leads cost less. That's just how much competition is in your area, right? So let me say a couple things that you can do here. So this is a sold ad. It's going to be a 15-mile radius around Folsom, which is okay. You could take this off if you made a custom audience. Remember where I said, Keith, turn on custom audience, targeting, turn on retargeting on the page. That's because if Keith creates a page that says Folsom homeowners, and he's not in Folsom. So Keith, you're going to want to get a list that says, what is it? Corona homeowners, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back to Facebook, but you can target people on a list on Facebook instead of using the random 15-mile radius. When it comes, and let me just, this is getting confusing, I'm sure. Let me say this to you guys. Targeting to get buyers on Facebook, you don't even have to think about it. Hit the button, publish. You barely have to do anything. But if you want listings, and I think as of July 1, you're going to want to have listings in your business. You want to get a list of homeowners, at least in your core farm market, if not 2 or 3. And let me give you a couple of ideas of what I'm talking about. Listsource.com sells lists pretty inexpensively. You want to get a list of homeowners have 5 or 6 years equity, then you upload it, right? You upload it to Facebook. And we'll go look at that in a minute. Brandy's asking, how do we edit PDF guides or flyers? What is it you want to edit, Brandy? The short answer is you don't. There are a couple of tools that you can edit, but we don't make those things editable. So we'll go over and talk about the custom audience stuff later. Let's click on social media posts. So now that Keith has his social media connected, when he adds that sold listing, we will auto post it to his Facebook account. Right? And when we click on this button, we're actually going to Facebook right now. And this says, hey, this home has been sold. That's going to affect your home value. Click here or go to this website. So what happens when I click there? We put a page behind it. This is a single property website that we're automatically generating for your listings, right? And you can go see a bunch of cool stuff. Your picture, the photos, some PDF guides they can download as long as they give you their contact information, right? A lot of lead capture here, but then this pops up and it says that affects your home value. Get your free home value, right? Get a market analysis, right? That's what it is. That's why sold advertising you got to do. And that's why, Keith, you got to get your sold deal in there. There's also another important thing you can do. So you can sell it to the seller's social media. This is great. Now notice this, Keith, yours is going to say, it's going to say seller's Facebook page. And we email this tool to you. We email it to every agent. Keith, I don't know if you like referrals, but if your client that you sold the home for is happy, might be a little too late unless you sold it just recently. It says our home is sold and we want to recommend Keith at his office for doing a great job. Here is his phone number and email in front of all my friends and family on Facebook to see. Okay. Once you get that property 2 weeks ago, you got to get it in there, Keith. You got to get that listing in here and send this. We will automatically send this tool to you. Send it to them. And I'm saying this to everybody. Send this tool when it's just listed, when it's open house, and when it's sold. Only when it's sold, does it say, here's your phone number and email. The other times it's going to say, hey, we're having an open house and Keith is holding the open house for us at his office. Instead of getting random internet leads, you're getting leads from your current clients, friends and family and colleagues, right? Their sphere of influence. So you want to use this, and that's it. Here's the other thing you absolutely must do, Keith, and everybody on this call should be getting this. This is the nearby homeowner letter. And you can do this on a borrowed listing as well. So if you've got a farm market, let's say, so Keith is down by he's somewhere in the broader LA area. I don't actually know where that city is. I don't do text writers. I don't want it. Oh yeah. That's a point. When you, I don't know, ask support. Brandy's saying, I don't do text writers, so I don't want to advertise that. It's a PDF guide. Some things, there are some software platforms that you can just remove a whole page. And you might want to do that, Brandy, or you might want to ask our support team how to remove a page. I know that there are some platforms like Apple has that, they'll just delete the page, right? So let's all focus back on this. This is the nearby homeowner letter. This is the number one tool to get listing leads that turn into listing contracts. Keith, you have to use this, and you might want to do this multiple times. Let's download it first and see why it's so awesome. Frankly, it's not super sexy. It's a single piece of paper, right? It's going to have Keith's contact info logo right there. It's going to say this home is sold, and you go check it out here, but that's going to affect your home value, and you can go get your free home value here, right? Keith has a free home value page. It doesn't look like this. It's got some really generic looking suburban sidewalk with not palm trees, like little evergreen trees. If that doesn't look like LA, change that picture. I'll show you what that means when we get to the landing page section. But your core home value page is going to be pointing. And so the key is, how do you get that letter to the right people? And it's very simple. It's designed to scan and make a decision in just a few seconds. It's not a heavy read, right? We have a partner called Express Copy. Now, this partnership is just a technology pass-through. It's not where we're taking money. And if I click print and mail, if you have an account with them, let me show you an easy way to get this out. And this is really important. This is the number one way of getting high quality listing leads. We have a lot of ways to getting listing leads. These are just the highest quality leads. Okay. Click get mailing list and decide, do you want a 1 or 2 mile radius, and click submit order. It's only going to send. So they have a national database of all homeowners in the US. So it's only going to send it to owners of single family homes within a 1 or 2 mile radius. You decide, right? And that's boom, click submit order, 100 pieces. They download it, they fold it, they mail it to the right people. They put it in an envelope and mail it to the right people, right? That's super simple to get our most effective tool out. But let's talk about some of our clients who use that letter and they don't even worry about express copy. Pat Motley put this message in our mastermind group in the fall. And she says, hey, I'm mailing out 100 pieces. I just sold my property. This is the second mailer because I sent out 100 when it was just listed. So this is the letter, right? It looks different because it's a different house. She does something no other client I've seen does. She prints on the back so it looks like an envelope. That little red thing there, that's actually done by Publisher, by the software. So it looks like she hand stamped this thing, right? But she folds that piece of paper. There's some little half moon tape here thing. And then she handwrites these things. Why in the world would anybody want to go through all that effort? She actually saves a little money, but the reason why is that when she mailed the first 100 out when it was just listed, she had 4 homeowners calling for home value reports. If you go look at the comments, you'll notice that I asked, how did that second batch do? She had another 4 people. So what she is saying is 8 people want to sell their home this year from work that she did between September and December of last year. By mailing 200 pieces of mail from one home, she has 8 listings. That's awesome, frankly. That is awesome. You want to look up Pat. She talks in our mastermind group throughout the year. And if you like that little stamp thing, she actually, a couple days later, shares the Publisher. Publisher is some kind of Microsoft software. She gives you the whole script of how to make that letter. You just edit it with your address and stuff like that. Check out Dustin Fox as well. And you don't know who Dustin is. Dustin came in the mastermind group years ago talking about the same letter. When I sold, their office had 300 agents. He was a rookie doing 5 million in volume in his second year, right? And then he came in the mastermind group. Let's go look at what he says. And he came in the mastermind group and he goes, oh my God, our best ROI is the nearby homeowner letter, right? He's got a different version of the letter. He folds it. He puts in a little calendar with him and his wife. And he even used Canva to make his little own Zillow review thing, puts them in envelopes and mails them first class. He gets 10 listings with an average commission of $17,000. He did spend $625. So he's saying this is the highest ROI, right? This is in Maryland a few years back. But I do want to say this. Now the office is 600 agents deep. And he is in the top 5 percentile of his entire office. And he's writing his book. And the reason he's inside of our mastermind group is he said, hey, you know what? I have a section about listings to leads and what I did. So you don't have to buy the book, but I just let you know, people who invest their time, understand what to do with this, will have their business grow. Now there's an electronic version. So if you have a CRM, you should be blasting out e-flyers every week to that list because your CRM has a drip campaign, but your CRM probably does not have built-in call to actions. And that's the truth for almost all real estate advertising. It's got your branding, it's got your beautiful picture, it's got your logo, but is there any way of them to get information from you rather than just phone calling you? And the answer is no. You could be in the top agencies and brands in the United States, and it's all about your picture and call you. And I don't know if you know this, guys, but people actually don't want to be calling realtors all the time. It's just not a big fun thing to do. I know you guys are awesome. Our tools are designed, even our single property website and our virtual tours have all kinds of lead gen built in. They can get answers. They can download PDF guides. They can get their free home value. This home is for sale. We're going to offer them a free home value chance right here, right? Here's the PDF guides. Here are the rest of here's your brochure. Here's your reviews. Here are the rest of the things that are in your account. If they click on here, this is just lead capture, guys, right? This is all about lead capture. And that's why you need to be using our platform. If you just need marketing, okay, what's the ladies agent's name with the letters? That is Pat Motley, okay? And Look up her name because she does, if you're using Publisher, she was so kind to just give the script. She's like, here's the software. Go edit it yourself, put your own address in. Pat Motley. And right here, I think this is it. Is this it? No, this is a little bit while ago. It's somewhere in here. This right here, Publisher, right? September 19th. So that's just so gracious. It's just so kind to be sharing with our clients, like what the heck is going on. There's a whole open house marketing toolkit. Everything is mobile optimized. Please market your home 5 to 7 days. If you want to have 50 plus leads, market your home with a few days and run a Facebook ad. Use our nearby homeowner letter and get more listings. Do a mailing, right? I don't know. I think mailing is too slow for mailing for open house, but definitely, I will say this. Just a reminder back on the nearby homeowner letter. It's including Dustin Fox, including other people, and Pat Motley. They mail this out when a home is just listed, and they mail it out again when it's just sold. We also have postcards that have the same functionality. On the front, go check it out. There's a web address on the front. There's even a QR code. On the back, get your free home value over here. Just think of, do you get an ROI on the actions you're taking? If it's in print, in real estate, the answer is pretty much no. You do it for branding, and you do it because printing's been around longer than the internet, so you figure you got to do it, but you never have an ROI. But we literally had a client come to us a couple weeks ago and say, hey, every time we mail 100 just sold postcards, we get one listing. You want to be thinking of how you're going to get more listings. If you're a blogger, we got blog tools. If you like Craigslist, there too, and QR codes, right? So we talked about the PDF guide. So I'm down on the left, you got 80 of these, right? Don't forget that. We talked about social content. Make sure that you all go to the landing page section. And Keith, you want to do what I'm about to show you, right? So let's say that Keith lives in Corona. Now, I'm not going to create one here, but I'm going to do, you all want to do this. You want to do this as soon as you can. Property Valuation Plus. I'm going to do Santa Monica. I really like Santa Monica, but I only know roughly where Corona is. I know it's in the LA region, right? But I can tell you, there are probably 4 or 5 different towns around Corona that Keith's going to want to grow his business in, right? And you might be in that same boat, right? Is it just one town that you're building in it? Because if so, just build the page that says, what is your Santa Monica home worth, right? And then you want to go over to, you want to get a picture of that area, right? Now, I'm going to say Santa Monica here, because that's like a big deal, right? So, and I don't really recommend that you do this. I'm just showing you so that we can look at it, because if you take a picture from the internet, you could have some usage rights problems, right? But if I do Wikipedia, let's go this one, santamonicapier.org. You want something that's, I don't know if you can see it. It says 2,500 pixels wide. You want something that is about 2,000 pixels wide. Okay. This is bigger, but we'll be okay. We'll go with it. I'm going to save it to my desktop, and I'm going to upload it to the back of this. And here's why. This is a home valuation page, guys. It asks for your address. You type in your address, and then boom, it's going to say what your, and on the email address, people might leave the page. So if you're going out and advertising with a generic coffee cup and ballpoint pen, they don't know who you are. They don't know what they're signing up for. And I'm pretty sure if you're ever faced with an online form for your contact information, you just walk away, right? I understand that. I do as well. Every time I go look for like solar questions on the internet, it's, oh, we want your contact information. I'm like, bye-bye, right? That's how the world is. And so what I've done is I've saved a photograph on the back of this that looks like Santa Monica, right? And so now at least I know, oh, my area. If you're going to just take this page and go out and market, at least I know, okay, you must know my area. What works really well on the back of these really cool restaurants or malls that everybody knows. Do you know my area? That's what you're trying to build trust when nobody knows who you are. You're just lobbing this out on the internet or you're mailing it or whatever. So now that you've customized your page, click on advanced options and you will see that there are postcards and door hangers driving people to this page. There's even a letter that looks a lot like the nearby homeowner letter. Let's download this. You see, it's got that generic picture. That's a shame because when we download it, it's actually going to, oh no, it's actually going to have the Santa Monica picture on it. So you remember how I talked about the nearby homeowner letter? Keith, for you, you have a sold property. I would mail your nearby homeowner letter property twice a month or once a month. And the other time, so that you're getting a letter like this every 2 weeks, go create this for Corona or wherever that town is, right? And you can edit it. You can say, hey, you know what? 20 homes sold in Corona this month. The high is here. The low is here. Get your free home value. That's, oh, you sent out the mailers. Oh, right on. So you've been doing it while I've been talking. Good. That's great because Keith is like brand new. We started talking this morning and he's already got these mails. Awesome. So here, this is a different kind of mailer. So let that hit, Keith, and maybe 2 weeks later, go create the landing page wherever that home was. And that's how you build your farm, right? You get a letter like this. No, when it's sold. Oh, when it's sold. Oh, you did. So did you use another company that you did a mailer with? And is there any call to actions in that, Keith? Because again, I see so many colorful things. Vistaprint. No. Yes. Keith did a sold ad advertising. Keith, you should mail this out. If you want leads, get your nearby homeowner letter out on that sold property. Yeah. But yeah, Keith is using Vistaprint, does a sold postcard. Makes sense. Do you want to capture leads? Use our tools. It's that simple. Okay. Please create one of these for every farm market that you want more listings, and then use the advanced options. There's an e-flyer for your database. If you have a CRM, it's going to say, hey, this is a home sold report. Click here, get your free home value. See all the other listings in my account. Here's all my reviews all in one flyer. We can auto post that landing page. So when you create that, you can turn it on. It's going to auto post to your social media accounts. And let's go back to so this is stop. You can also create landing pages for other topics. And so I'll tell it. So there's a FSBO landing page. Now I'm going to create one for Santa Monica, right? Because there are a lot of people in every one of your towns that want to sell their home and not pay an agent, right? We know what FSBOs are about, right? And that's okay. I get it, right? Let's see, upload image. I'm going to change that background image to my Santa Monica image, right? Why not? I think I got it right here. So it's already there. So I'm going to insert it. So it's in the back of that FSBO page. So it's just a little more relevant. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. And then let's look at the FSBO page. Let's look at it, what it is. If we click the eyeball, that means view. And it says selling your Santa Monica home on your own. Get some free professional tools that I use to sell homes, right? Well, what would you like? Would you like a Facebook ad? Would you like social media marketing? Would you like a virtual tour? You want some flyers? Great. I want these tools. What's your contact? What's your address? You're going to get this information. Now you can find FSBOs by, I don't know, My Plus Leads. You can find them on Zillow. You can find them on Craigslist. And the reason agents want to go after FSBOs is because on average, within 2 months, a homeowner will hand it to an agent. If you're the agent giving them free marketing tools and you're discussing the property, you're likely going to be that agent that listing. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a cool little crescent moon up here. That's very cool. So anyway, there are all kinds of landing pages and you should create, there's even a landing page for expireds. And what happens when a listing goes expired in your farm market? That poor individual probably gets calls by 50, 100 agents, right? Do you want to be one of those 50 people calling? Or can you send them something that's going to give them some value, like a Santa Monica expired listing page, right? So that it's just going to answer some questions like, hey, it just gets a conversation going. And of course, you got print marketing and email marketing and all those things to help get this in front of people. So landing pages are there. We talked about social content. We talked about PDF guides. God, we're at the top the hour. I got to say thank you. I know you got to go. I do have to mention that our ad software, the Facebook ad software, comes with the platform. And we talked at the beginning about that, but I didn't mention that there is an add-on for Google. Okay. And I actually didn't mention two things. So I'm going to point you to our YouTube channel, which I did send a link to this. I definitely recommend that you watch my class for Facebook and Google ads, and also top tools for more listings. Because there's two things I didn't get to do today, which is about custom audiences for Facebook, which you can create right here. And just to give you a shortcut, Keith, you need to go to ListSource. You need to buy a list of, if Corona is your major town, you want to create a list that says this. And this will live inside your private Facebook account. You upload it here. This is what the spreadsheet needs to look like. Go watch my Facebook Google class. I talk about this in depth. You have it. Cool. Okay. Do you have the audience built, or do you have the list? If you have the list, make sure, cool, clean it up. It can only have 4 rows. Get rid of the rest of the data, save a copy, and have these rows with those headers. And then when you upload it, it will live in your Facebook account. And even if you stop working with it, you only have 6, you need to buy that list from RedX or Remine or listsource.com. Yeah. 6. You have 6 rows. You have 6 leads, or you have 6 columns of data. It has to be 1,000 leads long, everybody. Okay. I have a team working with us in, 6 columns. So get it down to 4. The format, what it has to look like, and the headers are right here. Do you know how many leads are in it, Keith? So anyway, everybody, this is important if you want to get listing leads from Facebook, because Facebook's targeting is pretty much useless when you're trying to get listing leads. Last thing, this Google ad software, you need to get more. You need to get 1,000. You want people that own a home more than 5 or 6 years, Keith. Okay. Let's say I want to run on my Santa Monica home value, and I want to do it on Google. Now that we've created that landing page and you saw me create it, you just click create an ad and you type in Santa Monica. Okay. You're just telling Google to do that. And these leads are more expensive than Facebook leads. They are higher quality also. Okay. Because when we go to Google, and let me explain this to you, 86% of everybody in the United States goes to Google with their questions. Okay. And Google knows it. So they charge more for their leads. And I don't know the exact price that you're going to be paying for Google leads. Okay. Because I don't know where you're sitting. I'm going to guess there's some competition in Santa Monica. Okay. Bettina, you like Zoom. Cool. Okay. When you click publish, you are going to be on the hook for $50 a day. Okay. 7 days, $350. In Dallas, Texas, a lead like this costs $30 each. So if you have $50, you're only going to get 1 lead, and $20 is going to be left on your card. If you know they're charging $30, you could change that number to 60, and you will get 2 leads a day for 7 days. So you can figure that out, right? We do have landing pages. I don't know if we have them for pre-foreclosure. I think we have avoid foreclosure. Yeah, Courtney. I think there's a avoid foreclosure landing page in the landing page section. I can tell you this, in Pennsylvania, running this kind of ad in Google, those leads cost $22. In Utah, $17. In Canada, in Victoria, over on the West Coast, British Columbia, these leads cost $200 each US. So if I have a $50 ad and they're charging $50 per lead, you can run the ad. You're just not going to get any leads because your dollars don't meet their volume, right? In the past, I would tell what I just told you about Google and advanced and creating an audience. I would have normally couched that as advanced. Okay. Like meaning you got to have a lot of listings and you've been in the business a while and you know how important listings are to your business. However, with the NAR agreement and the nebulous nature of buyer agents compensation, I think these things are now moving to the front. If you want low cost listing leads from Facebook, you need to create an audience. And you need to figure out, maybe you can't afford to compete on Google right now, but when you're ready, you want to subscribe for $30 a month. So we make it easy for you and run ads to landing pages or any of those PDF guides for sellers. Don't use Google for buyers. Use Facebook for buyer leads. They're cheaper. They're really easy. It's slam dunk. You can get listing leads from Facebook as well, but I recommend a custom audience, right? So we got 40 PDF guides. You can just you can just run these every once in a while. 5 dangers of overpricing, right? That's always going to be relevant. Curve appeal, all kinds of stuff. FSBOs. There's even one for FSBOs. So if you want to, people might go to the internet and ask FSBO related questions, and all the keywords are written there. And that's how you do it. Let me just create this out. And then, are there any other questions on any of the topics here? I'm going to do this on Santa Monica again, because of course that's like the area. And now this is FSBOs, but this is what I want to show you. How to sell your house, how to sell your own home, right? These keywords we write automatically for you so that you don't have to do this. Let me tell you, you try to write an ad in Google, it's not easy. It's not easy. Our software is $30 a month to run an ad in 2 clicks. I highly recommend it. When you're ready to go for Google, go check it out. Everybody, thank you for that strange opening. Keith, thank you for being on the call and letting everybody see what that process is like. This call is being recorded. It will be up in the mastermind group. Keith, get your sold listing in there. If you can, borrow listings in your area from your office, of the areas where you want to target, run ads on them, and maybe get the nearby homeowner letter out. That's a good way of doing that, right? That's just a good way of doing that. Anything for new construction? Yes, Douglas. Yeah. Landing, two things about new construction. Every new account, when you go to landing pages, has a construction landing page pre-built. So these 3 landing pages are here. We customize this free home value, but let's look at this one. Let's see if this is, I think every once in a while, Scott customizes. Yeah. So I customize this one, right? It actually doesn't come with these bullet points. It comes with this, and you can customize all this. So when you come to the landing page, new construction is here. You can create new ones, or you can edit this one. Are you talking to a builder? Are you a builder? Do you have one specific development in mind, or do you have a few in mind? And let me say, if it's just one, I would recommend, you see where it says lead form text? You can change this. Let's see here. He's saying a few. So I would create custom buyer on a custom buyer landing page, which will look just like this. Get a picture of one of the model homes, put it in the back, take where it says new construction, put in the name of, whatever Del Boca Vista, whatever the name of that deal is, and then put some bullet points like I have here. And custom page content is where you put bullet points right here. You could even put a video if you're comfortable doing that. You could take your smartphone, walk that where the model homes are, and say, hey, this is what's going on, and put it on YouTube, and then click video and just paste in the video YouTube video here. Let me save this. I think we got one here. And then you can either Facebook ads, or you can use Google ads to drive people here, right? So here I've got a video, and if I'm using Google, when they land on this page, they can watch this, right? Oh, and I have custom page content. That's interesting. So anyway, that's what I would do. Also, another thing, Doug, is if you got a model listing and you talk to the builder, for instance, and you say, hey, can I market your home and go get some buyers? The answer is going to be yes, obviously. Go to manually add a listing, unless it's already on the MLS and you can pull it in, and then run ads on it. And I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the call, but we just had a client tell us he has 114 buyer leads. 3 of the transactions, he had a listing. It could have been new construction or just a normal old, whatever you call that, resale. This is how you run an ad. So if you get the listing in there, then you run an ad on it once a week. If you want buyer leads, I don't know where you are in the country, but buyer leads typically cost about $3 each. So if you want 100 leads, you're going to need to spend $300, right? And that's what Brian did. He said, hey, I've got 114 leads. So he had to spend somewhere around $300 to get that. He probably didn't do it in one ad. He probably did $100 ads a few times, but that's how it works. Any other questions, anybody? First of all, thank you for hanging out long with me. We went through a lot of weird stuff. Keith helping us. I think it's just helpful to see what that looks like. There's a lot you can do with the platform. Get in our mastermind group. Ask the team to get you in the mastermind group, the support team, and then please invest a little time to understand what tools you have here. And Doug, if you go to our YouTube page, you will see that there are particular videos just on new construction, and you'll have a lot more ideas. There's a lot more to do than what I'm telling you. Right here is new construction, and I'll send it to you right now, Doug, since you're still on the call. And the rest of you can download this as well, but it's on our YouTube channel, and this is the direct link to new construction. Not all of you have new construction, but if you do, you want to know what you can do with this, right? Use that. Use all of our tools, build out your farm markets, run ads, have a lot of content out there, be a marketing machine, be awesome at it. You're going to need to get awesome at it because boy, it feels like the ground is shifting again. Thanks so much, everybody. Get in our mastermind group, lean on the support team. We got a lot of ways to help you. And thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.